So this video is just for me to talk about whatever. This is not a part of my daily videos that I've been putting out. I low key just want to talk. But what came to me today and what was on my mind is people's insistent need to label everything. And before I even really get into it, just so like I'm playing a game here. Am I an adult playing cool math games? Yes. Yes, I am. This one is called 100 Doors. Obviously, I'm on level 18 here. This game Loki pisses me off because I'm like, what the frick? But yeah, so I'm playing 100 Doors on Cool Math Games. I'm on level 18. So, one thing I've never understood, like I was saying before, is people's insistent need to like label everything. Like, I've just never really understood that. I I like don't get why everything needs a label. Now, that's kind of like a vast, I guess, like topic. Also, I cannot figure this level out for the life of me. So, I'm just going to use a hint. Bruh. Okay, anyway. um so yeah, people's need to label everything has always like confused me. And like I said, it's pretty like vast topic, I guess, or kind of a thing to talk about, but I just mean it in the sense of like why do people feel like they can't do something without calling it like a name? Like, do you know what I mean? So for instance, like think about like the TikTok micro trends. If you keep up to date, well, not keep up to date because I fucking don't, but just like if you know about the micro trends and all the nonsense there, with people who like they jump onto every new trend so quickly. um like have you seen the brownie nails or brownie lip liner or the blueberry milk nails or like that kind of stuff? It's like the quickest micro trends that go in and out of fashion or in and out of style so quickly, and now like nobody has their own personality or identity. But it's not even just that. Like it's not, oh, nobody has their own personality. It's like why do people feel like they can't do something if they can't call it a name? You understand what I mean? Like you'll see, like if you live like that, I mean, maybe if it's like a personal thing, I guess no problem. But people post on the internet and then they try to make other people feel like they have to like join in. It's like, oh, here's like the newest trend, the newest era. Like, if somebody's wearing like a pair of red boots and you're just like, oh, here's my red boots. Like that's just what it is. Again, can't figure this level up. Oh my god. Spare me. Literally spare me. But anyway. Um so like again, when somebody's like, oh, I'm wearing some red boots, okay, in my red boot era, it's like that's whatever if it's just you wearing boots, for yourself, whatever. But you have people who put on a pair of red boots and then they have to post it all over social media and they're like, "Are you getting in on the newest trend of red boots? Are you in your red boot era?" No. No, we're not. I've just never understood why people feel like they can't do anything without it already being like validated by another person and validated by like a label. And maybe that's like a, I was gonna say privilege, not even that. But like maybe it's like, oh well, it's just for funsies. It's just for like, is it though? Like, is it really? Because I feel like what we're losing is a bit of normalcy. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I feel like that's what we're losing. People who can't be themselves, we're losing normalcy. Like you see, especially when you take it to like a weird level, like you see many of these like weird conservative people where they're like, oh, a man has to be their provider and a man has to be the head of the household, and then a woman has to be the caregiver, a woman has to be subservient. However you live your life, go ahead, do your thing, B. Why are you like launching it to the internet though like it's some new venture and it's like fall under this label if you want to be happy? No, no, though, no, though, like no, do you really understand what I'm trying to get at? Like, I just feel like people really feel like they can't exist unless they subscribe to a certain label. Like, do you remember when Stanley Cups? I mean, I guess Stanley Cups are still popular, but like, do you remember when it wasn't Stanley Cups specifically, but it was like the what were they calling it? Like the something water. Like if you've been on TikTok, I'm so sorry. But you know, like water talk essentially. Even that even sounds stupid. Like that even sounds fucking stupid. But like, you know, like the whole water talk nonsense where people were buying first of all a whole bunch of Stanley Cups. That's why I mentioned Stanley Cups because Stanley Cups were a part of that. People were buying a whole bunch of Stanley Cups and they were then also buying a whole bunch of different like syrup flavors and they were like mixing all these syrup flavors and all these sugar packets into the water and they were calling it a specific thing. I literally can't remember. But they were like this was a part of like the whole water talk nonsense. Like first of all, your blood sugar, your blood pressure, like whoa. Drinking just straight up sugary water, like can you be serious? You know what I mean? But even so, if you saw people who were doing that, they had an entire wall of these syrups, of these Stanley cups, just so they could post it on TikTok. Like that's my point. Is like you're trying to subscribe to a label just so you can post it for an audience that doesn't care. Like what's the point in doing that? Like whoa, like again, like people are really losing personality and they're losing identity just in the pursuit of trying to make their entire life like an Instagram reel. Like it's just so weird to me. Like I mean at the end of the day if you're not harming anyone except I guess your own psyche then like whatever. But like I've still just never understood that. Like genuinely ask yourself if you can't post something for social media or for TikTok, would you still be doing it? Would you still think that thing is cool? Would you still, you know what I mean? Like his, like y'all are adults, you know what I mean? Like we've got to be serious at a certain point. This fucking bullshit, bruh. But it's just like I just don't get that. And for me personally, no shade, but I feel like people who are like that will never have their own thoughts or opinions. Like honestly, like there's nothing wrong with liking something that you saw somebody else talk about and you're like, "Oh, that's, you know, kind of cool." Like that's what the fuck am I supposed to do here? Bro, I Oh wait, am I supposed to put it on these? Hold on, I think I see what I'm supposed to do. Bruh. But like again, back to what I was saying. Is like this isn't the biggest deal in the world, but it's just very startling to me when you scroll through social media and every single person is like a copy of each other. Like again, you know, trends will always be trends, but it's just very odd. And if you see the conversation that's happening right now on TikTok where they're calling many of these New York City influencers who are mainly just white girls and they're calling them boring, like yeah, that's why. It's like first of all, the entire concept of an influencer is a joke, but that's just my personal opinion. But it's like they're calling these people boring because none of them are unique. They're all copies of each other. It's like a weird unofficial brand identity. You know what I'm saying? Like unofficial uniform brand identity where nobody is unique, everybody's the same, everybody does the same shit, goes to the same place, does the same thing, posts the same way. Like all in the pursuit of satisfying a certain label. It's like that's so weird. Like that's just it's so weird. Like again, like things will always be, you know, trends. People will always go along with what is like popular and everything. but it's still like it's definitely getting like to a point. You know, it gets to a point. But no, like for real. Like I just think it's very unfortunate that many adults are very desperate for content. Like again, you know, everybody's trying to be an influencer. I mean, whatever. If you're trying to get to the bag, whatever. But it's just very like unfortunate that even people who are just going about their lives, they feel like there's some sort of pressure to subscribe to a certain label. Like no. No. But you know, like I said, that's just kind of what was on my mind, something that I wanted to talk about. Like, just live your life. Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't need labels for every single fucking thing. Like, it's never been that. And if you feel like, oh well, this person on TikTok is doing this micro trend, you know, they're wearing cow print mini skirts or they're doing blueberry milk nails. I have to do it too. Please get a personality, get a life, and get a job, because like it doesn't have to always be like copying every single thing that somebody else does. Like it really doesn't have to be that. So I'm gonna end it off here. But yeah, that's just kind of what I wanted to say. Cause I've just been thinking about it for a while, and I was just like, "What's going on?" But yeah, it's just kind of what I wanted to say. So I'm out.